Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, after putting out videos about John Gray and the character of John Gray, I decided to do another video on my perspective of John Gray. Now, with all of my videos, I mean, my channel is editorials for you. So they are based upon my opinion. It's an editorial on every video I put out. And the videos I have put out about John Gray, I mean, 99% of you agree with me. But it's that 1% that I felt compelled to do this video about. Now, that 1% has called me everything: evil woman, ratchet woman, leave that man of God alone, and that man of God this, and that man of God that. And why are you messing with this man? So that's what I want to answer for that 1% of people who think I am just so wicked into making these videos about John Gray, which, I am not making this out of my head. I'm getting it from news articles. And I would never, every story that I cover, I don't just make it out of my head. I get it from news articles. But they're not calling the news articles wicked, but they're calling me wicked. So I am compelled to let them know why I'm doing these articles on John Gray and my perspective. Now, number one, with them saying leave this man alone, and why are y'all talking about? Well, number one, I want to just say that's right, he is allegedly a man of God. Now, a man of God is a leader. He is a leader. And when God ordains someone to lead us, they hold a different perspective. They are held responsible. And their actions should be different from our actions. They preach the Bible. They need to act as a ordained person by God. I mean, if John Gray was a motivational speaker, he would not even be in the news. You hear me? We wouldn't be talking about John Gray, what he said, and this and that and that. But because he's a man of God, I guess that's what makes people say these things, which we're not saying anything wrong about this John Gray. I mean, when we catch him in a lie, we catch him in a lie. And the first thing, when he was having the affair and bought his wife the Lambo, and he was saying da 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 da. Two things that I got out of that message when he was on Facebook trying to clarify why he did this and why it's okay. One thing he said that really, really stayed with me, and it was, he said, my being a pastor was his occupation. He is a husband before he is pastor. And that really rubbed me the wrong way, because that's why he's in the news. That is why the definite thing, because when he said that, pastoring is his occupation. And a lot of people have changed that to occupation. Do you know, it used to be when men were called by God to preach, it was not their occupation. It was their calling. It was not an occupation. It was their calling to lead God's people the way that God wants his people led in the path of righteousness. It was an occupation. And many pastors had a occupation. They were a pastor and they had their daily occupation, which fed their families. Just a word of thought there. But that's what pastors used to be. A pastor was not an occupation, but now in 2020, it is an occupation. I mean, you could just go to school and become a pastor and make big bucks. We talking about thousands and thousands, millions of dollars. And drive fancy cars and do what they want to. That's why John Gray is in the news, and we're talking about him because he is just like he's saying. This is an occupation to him. It is nothing that primarily he takes seriously. I mean, because one, he glorifies himself. He buys his wife $200,000 cars. He buys Yeezys. He buys Rolex. He's made of material things, and he put that material thing on top of before his. Well, I can't say it's calling because he didn't say he was called. He said that pastor is an occupation. So therefore, that's that. I feel, and let me hear from you. I feel if you are a pastor and you have been called by God, hadn't went to school, but you have been called by God, I think God will give you that. He will set you upon that pedestal, and you are a leader. You're greater than your flock, and you're gonna walk the right way so your flock can follow. I don't think God is satisfied if you have a church, you're getting money and you're saying it's occupation, and you can buy yourself material things, but when it comes to the church, you can't do that. You're asking your flock, on top of their tithes and offering, you're asking your flock to pay for the roof to be fixed, which you say you don't have a $499 one. So therefore, guys, that's why we have pastors like this in the news when they do things like this, when they are glorified by material things in the outside world. That fascinates us. That most people are saying, that shouldn't be. You're a man of God. You got your priorities mixed up, and that's so. All of the people who are saying, why are y'all talking about this guy? Well, that's your answer. That is your answer. That is the other book of John Gray. I feel that how can I say this? Like I said, I feel like he glorifies, and he's not by himself. No. Don't get me wrong. He's not by himself. And when other men of God act like this, and I mean, he's constantly defending himself. He's constantly defending himself by making wrong decisions. When he met with Trump, he had to clarify that. I'm not with Trump, but I met with him. When he had the affair, which by his own account was 2 years, and his wife and him were talking about divorce, but after it played out, he says it was just a little a mental, what did he call it, a mental affair that got him a couple of nights on the couch. So, this man is not, he's covering up. He's I mean, if he would do what I think God would tell him to do, tell the truth. And that's what I teach my children. Tell the truth. And then ask for forgiveness. But no, this guy, he's not telling the truth. So therefore, that's why people are talking about John Gray. Because he does not tell the truth. He talks out of both sides of his neck. Even with this situation, he told those people, we are not leaving. We are not leaving. Then he turned around and told them, we've got another church. We've got another building. And we're going to tell y'all the details on the first of the year. We're going to tell you the location. First of the year has come and gone. He hadn't told them anything. And now he's telling them. Then on the first of the year when they had their service, he said, we don't even supposed to be here. What did that mean? Then, the next Sunday, he's missing in action, saying, first giving 2 lies, saying one, he felt that they were going to serve him with papers, eviction papers, and bring cameras. And then the next thing he said in that same video, which he showed the church, he said that he just felt that he should take a day with his wife and bring back, get their marriage together and work on closeness. Well, do you think God wanted you to personally do that? I mean, I think if you want your flock to know that you're telling the truth, you should be there. And if you got receipts, you should have been there every Sunday with your receipts and waiting on them to bring eviction papers and to show everyone, especially your flock, that they lying on me. All right, well, I could talk all day on that subject, but I hope I answered y'all that 1% of naysayers, which I'm sure I didn't, but I want to say, this is my opinion. You can agree, you can disagree, but I hope I answered your question on why people have Pastor Gray in the news. Okay? And I want it to be said that I want to put Pastor Gray, his congregation, the carpenters, everyone involved in this situation on the prayer list. I want them all on the prayer list. Well, that's all from me. Thank you so much. And I hope I cleared up the 1% of naysayers, which I don't. I'm sure I'm going to have slack from this video. But I don't care. This is my opinion. Voice your opinion. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always important, be blessed, y'all.